So I had got a message from on my backup page on Facebook, and anyways, um, some lady I don't even think I know. Like really, most of my friends on my friends list, I either talk to them or most of them I have not met, but I'm very close with most of my friends. Anyways, so I got this message. Basically talking about her sister's alcoholic and how she just doesn't really care. She doesn't have any empathy for her as her sisters. You know, you can. I mean, well, I'll explain it in a moment. Well, not me, but well, me, but never mind. You'll understand what I'm saying. So basically, yeah. And this is my one of my groups that I manage. I don't want to put them so much on here because for privacy reasons, but I'm gonna put what I put. Shit, let me see. Okay, it wouldn't rewind, so let me see. There you go. Why didn't? Oh, there you go.
Especially having been an alcoholic myself. Like, I'm no longer an alcoholic. I gave up drinking once I found out I was pregnant back in 2013. Speaking of, I'm looking at 2013 as I'm saying that. But yeah, and that was not easy. I mean, I loved, like, I really did. Like, some people, I mean, I can use the excuse that I would drink to, numb my pain or whatever you want to call it, because I had a hard childhood and blah, 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 blah. But I just honestly, I just grew accustomed to liking it. Like, and then it just became a hobby and I just really, like, loved drinking. But nonetheless, um, so having been said that, um, I have a deeper understanding with not only that, but I went to college, which is crazy too. But and I think this was, yeah, I went to college in 2010, and I think that was actually a little bit before I got to that point. But still, I have experience in sorry, because I'm laying down. I have experience in the area of drug and alcohol counseling. So the way I look at the mind differently, a whole lot differently. I understand how it works. It's mechanic, it's some people, most people, majority of people just look at it from, a basic perspective. Um, it goes way deeper than that. And alcoholism is not really much of a choice, to be really quite honest. That's why I honestly, I hate, not that I hate to even use that word, hate. Um, I really don't really like that word, but I have a very big dislike for not people in general, like in that sense, but as far as like their thinking um, mechanisms and the way they perceive how an alcoholic, um, they think that they really just choose it. No, honey, that's not how it works at all. Like, majority, and I have to include myself, even regardless, because I will always be. And that's one thing that, if you do take a course like that, you learn. Like, there's no, if anybody has ever, you ask any counselor today, if they tell you otherwise, they don't know jack shit what the heck they're talking about, and they shouldn't be having a certificate or any type of degree in that field, because if somebody tells you that it's a choice, they're lying to you. It's not a choice. It's a mental health issue. That's why it's a mental health issue. It's literally considered a mental health issue. And, majority of people, like I said, they think that it's just a quick fix and oh, you have to want it. Yeah, it's a part of it, but you really have to work at it, and you will always work at it for the rest of your life. That's but yeah, that's we can get into that topic. I mean, it's a little early, I guess, but anyways, I just wanted to say that you guys, but hope everyone's having a great evening and talk to you guys soon. I just want to add this. Whenever somebody is reaching out, even in that state, I want to say state of mind, um, it's never really an ideal choice or decision to decide to think that's when it's best to basically like pull away or to ignore, especially somebody in that vulnerable mind state, considering that they, and if they are, it's basically them reaching out. No matter how ugly or retarded or crazy sounding or looking it looks like, yeah, that person may sound very crazy, but it's not them. I don't mean to like sound like that, but it's it's just not the proper way to handle that's a very sensitive situation, and that is the most like that's like a pivotal point in the aspect of how things can turn, you know, and especially for somebody in because they're very fragile. I want to say actually fragile. Um, that especially when somebody that I mean, it seems to be like I said, it wasn't. That's not my. I mean, it might have looked like I wrote that about my own sister, or whatever. But I could never be like. I mean, I have my own issues with my sister, with my own sister, but that's a whole different story. But um, I don't recommend that anybody um, acts at all like that, or even um, responds in that sense or way, because that's the worst thing you can say or even feel like. And for someone to actually like, I mean, I sorry, because I have uh, a brain injury from a car accident. Sometimes it's hard to say things. Um, but where was I at? So back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, it's just crazy how family dynamics can play out. And I see, and I have a lot of experience also with, um, not as a like psychiatrist or anything, but as far as like going to therapy and counseling since I was very young, considering my my upbringing and foster care and stuff like that. I really look at things a whole lot different. I have a very different perspective today, and I actually I'm very thankful for that because good Lord, um, I don't know. I'm not saying that you know, her way of thinking is wrong or how she feels. It's everybody's points are valid and to a certain extent, you know. But my recommendation would not be to be like her, um, especially for a close relative like a sister or a brother or a cousin, even anybody of the immediate family that you might have. Heck, you don't. Who knows? You could even be there one day. So that's why it's very important to just be very careful with people like that. Like as hard as it might be for you, because you internally you want to be it's what do you say? It's normal in a sense for a human being to feel such a way because you have a sort of expectation for, especially someone you're close to, because it's like, who's that person? That's not the person I remember. But then again, that's not the person that's in like that's not the person that's in control of the vehicle. You understand? So it gets really technical, and I just want people to understand out there that we're diving into conversations like this, that we be very mindful of the way we approach, especially because this goes for, it's a universal law in a sense, and this is not just like one. And also with, even with, you know, the I guess you could say like the resolution to a situation like this is, it's not a, you know, like a one size fits all, but in a sense, when it comes down to the general aspect of it, yeah, there is a one size fits all, and that one size fits all is, you really need to consider. I don't want to say you need to. I would want to. Crazy how I'm talking, and she um, I'm gonna say it like this: the lady that sent me that message just wrote me again. But um, yeah, I mean, and I don't know if that lady's in here, because that's just kind of strange. But you know, life's a trip. But nonetheless, I really wanted to just bring this topic to light, because this is, you know, this is a certain topic that is in a lot of households, that whether we're talking about it or not, it's not getting the attention that it needs, and the more it, you know, it happens, the more it's getting downplayed and drowned out by just the, how do you say, the un epithet. I'm kind of gonna make up a word here. Unempathetical um, side of people, where they just basically shut down. And I'm speaking on like on the stance of the sister that basically said she don't care about her mental health. How could you not care about her mental health? That's the most dire and important part of of that, you know, experience for her, for everybody involved, especially her sister that is going through this time of, you know, basically drowning in her sorrow. And for her to just basically give up in a sense, that, I mean, I hate to say it, but I really hope, you know, it all